activities out there, just not public.
I've never seen any hunting shows
Send
that
the
go out
stuff
there.
Oh, dude.
Mexicans.
Oh, dude. There's a lot of.
Have you seen the shit going on out west with all that shit right now? Out there in like LA and shit? Like ICE has gone out there, I guess, and has raised fucking hell.
Well, they need to.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, I'm talking like the army was involved. Like, they had to bring in the fucking army to, like, help with this.
Good. We need to put our dick on the cartel. Like, literally just.
Struggle to talk about shit when the camera's on.
The camera's
Like,
been
we
on.
just had a fucking
Oh, the
great
camera's.
Shit, I was just wanting to be fucking the hardest motherfucker, and I wasn't.
Lollipop?
What's wrong?
Shit, it is loud. Hey, you hit the paper both times.
An hour before that, and he and the guy that I work with had already changed. He was in a fucking like jogger suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so altogether, I bet you're right around that. I've had 7 inches, not counting what's in the rain gauge right now.
Okay, I'm glad you specified that. 'Cause
I've had 7 inches my whole life.
Yeah, you had.
Minus 4
Uh-huh.
divided by 3 on the negative side of 2 1/4.
That
What do
matters.
you prefer, 3 inches or 7 inches?
I like to measure it in centimeters because there's a whole lot more of them in a short distance than there is inches.
I do the man meters, MMs.
MMs.
Yeah.
Millimeters.
Man meters.
I like the way you think. Dude, in millimeters, I'm John Holmes. He said, you want this? Only difference is, oh shit, are we really? God dang. Now we're talking about penis size and how small they are. Yeah, you know, you throw it out on the table, you want that thunk. I throw it out on the table and you get that. Oh, ain't it cute? Whoop. Yeah. To have a real penis costs a lot of money.
Oh, well, no, yes. What if there was like, if you could replace yours, would you?
Nope.
You know how like the women can get the massive titties and whatever like
Nope.
that, but they're like, if they're like, we have a surgery now, we can take yours off and put on like an artificial one that's like you'll still feel everything, it's all still the same,
Nope.
but like it's just.
You know why? It's a proven fact. There are more women on this planet that would rather be tickled than hurt.
I'd just love to hurt one time.
I mean, I was told that one time. She's like, give me 10 inches and smack me. Or, I mean, give me 10 inches and make it hurt. I'm like, okay, so I give her 2 inches 5 times and smacked her in the head with a fucking brick. The same thing.
And now I went to and I spent 5 years in jail.
He said, and then I was like, officer, these bracelets are not fancy.
Oh. So I want to talk about Tom and I talked about it yesterday on the way up there. So you kind of know. I sent you both the TikTok of the shit that happened in Maryland. You didn't watch it. Maryland successfully banned AR-15s.
Yeah.
What?
And the Supreme Court, because like the NRA and
They
then
don't
what
want to touch it.
the Supreme Court said, we're not going to contest that. It has to be passed by 4 judges of the Supreme Court in order for them to, to go to Supreme Court. 3 of them agreed, the rest denied. So in Maryland, AR-15s are banned, and you cannot have a mag size over 10 in anything else.
And there's your Second Amendment rights being taken from you slowly.
Yeah.
Fucking
So
idiots.
I'm curious to know how many other states are, and it all happened because that Sandy Hook shit. Like, was it 2012?
2013.
2013.
Following the Sandy Hook
Fucking
Elementary School
idiots.
shooting, where
Which I
AR-15
understand.
was used.
I understand.
I don't.
that. But then the comments, I was talking to Tom.
I
about,
don't.
There was a guy in the comments said even the military doesn't use AR-15s, and the guy goes, "What the fuck do you think an M4 is?"
Huh.
And he said it's not an AR-15, it's an M4. And dude, I was reading comments.
So you're saying if you go to Maryland, you just buy an M4 instead of buying an AR-15?
And then this one dude was like, so apparently my AR-10s are fine. And the guy goes, yes, your AR-10s are okay. And I'm like, these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
No.
America as a country, who we were one of the only countries.
Are idiots.
We're not one of the only countries, but I think we're one of few countries who have the Second Amendment that bear arms. A lot of countries like Australia and them banned guns.
Switzerland, it's mandatory to carry one.
But like not
And
very
it's
many.
But it's also where we should do this. Hear me out before you start mean mugging the shit out of the comments. In Switzerland, you're required when you become of age as an adult to serve at least 1 year in the military. I think that should be in every country.
Yeah.
half of these
But I'm
little,
just
half
saying,
of these
like-
little, don't listen to their parents, asshole kids. If they did a
How
year in
many
the
countries,
military,
Tom,
might do them
have
some
banned
good.
guns?
Do what?
How many countries have banned weapons? Because I believe like Australia, you can't own a
Let
gun
me see.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
did that great big buy or takeaway.
unless it's like
shit.
a hunting rifle and you have to get approved by the government to go hunting. In
Yeah, but what
Australia.
constitutes a hunting rifle? Huh? What
Bolt-
constitutes
probably
a hunt?
like bolt action?
Tell me in the comments what constitutes a hunting rifle. Because I hunt with an AR.
You can. Yeah, here you can.
No, I mean,
But it's like
Okay.
it's
I'm
such a
curious to
broad
know
name.
what other states are going to try to do this same shit.
Countries like Brunei, Cambodia, Eritrea, Somalia have completely prohibited civilian firearm ownership.
Yeah, Jamaica's the same way. I know, 'cause I
Exceptions
was
And they
there.
believe this
exist
makes it
for
safer.
private security companies, militias, and whatever the paramilitary groups.
Paramilitary.
Yeah, paramilitary.
I can't
Many
read.
European countries have strict regulations. Just banning some of them. But yeah,
It's dumb.
But my thing
it's
is,
dumb. It's dumb.
it's not. I don't think it's in our constitution, but basically, the reason why we did that was because the people themselves are the militia for the country. Like we were always told we're higher power than the government.
No, it's to keep the government
Well,
from
the
ever getting a
government is-
dictatorship over us.
And by them doing this stupid shit, that's what's happening.
And it says in the Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia.
Yeah.
Of the people,
for
by the people.
by
Yeah.
the people.
for the people.
But I just want to know how many other fucking stupid fucking states are going to try. And how does that work? Do they have to go now door to fucking door and take your guns away?
I would love for
Or-
someone to come to
I mean,
me.
because
I mean,
if you ban
allegedly,
them-
if I had any.
All of mine were lost in a voting accident.
Is it one of those things like if you just get caught with them? Because everything's on. I mean, most of us have our guns are on record. They're in your name. Not all of them. Not
Okay.
all of them.
Okay.
But like you know what I'm saying. Like so like
If Timmy
went and
has
bought-
10 guns
I guarantee you
registered,
that
how many does he not have
we
registered?
went through that one time. I believe Gouch and I went through that one
If
time.
Timmy has 2 guns, how many guns does Timmy have?
50.
None.
But
None.
Yeah.
Because Timmy sold the 2 that he had,
But if
and
they
he didn't get any more.
But for like all the people in Maryland with like registered ARs, are they gonna go after those people?
I don't know. If I lived in Maryland, I would pack my shit up and move.
I would like to think that they will be smart enough to realize, hey, let's go get. Wait a minute, we're going to try to go after people with weapons.
Yeah.
Probably not going to work too
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just curious. to see
That's
how
when you
this
pack
all-
your shit up and get the fuck out because
Don't come to Kansas.
no,
We don't want you.
no,
here.
we don't. We don't.
Go to California.
Or Colorado. Colorado.
There's a reason why Kansas is one of the most depressing states because we just don't like people.
Yeah. That's why we still have.
We full. We
that's
don't
why I
want
like
no more.
rural
The
America.
sad thing is we're not. You go out western Kansas, it's empty.
Yeah, that's why Kansas
No, it's
still has
not.
rural
It's
America.
full.
Yeah,
It's full.
There's not even there's.
Full of dirt. And dirt here is
I
more
will say,
important than you
I will
guys.
say that it's. I wouldn't call it full, but it is.
Non-inhabitable.
It is very well owned.
Oh, yeah.
Because when my youngest took his hunter safety, the guy was putting into perspective, like how hard it is for people to just get a place to hunt anymore.
Mhm.
So
Oh, we
if
went
you-
down that fucking road that
yeah,
one
but
time.
if you compare, well, I'm gonna give you some guaranteed stats because I heard it from a Kansas State Wildlife and Park agent. And if you compare Kansas to Colorado, Colorado is 54%. 54% of the state is public hunting, BLM ground, land management ground. Look it up.
BLM
I'm
ground?
just curious.
No,
I'm
I'm
just
looking
There's
up
that
because
one guy that always
no,
comes
no,
at-
look it
I'm
up.
just
Look it
saying,
up because
you
I
said
may be.
BLM ground, and for some fucking reason, the first thing popped in my head was Black Lives Matter. And I'm
No,
like they
no.
got their own land before the Indians.
Board of Land Management.
Oh,
Our Bureau of Land Management. It's BLM ground. It's public,
I straight went racial on that one.
but it's. My percentage may be wrong, but it was over 50%, I believe. It may be.
It
It may
doesn't
be
really
less
give
now.
a percentage. It does say more than a third of it is.
Okay, so it's a little less than what it was.
So-
The other thing
my
though.
fucking headphones
now-
up, you prick.
Hey,
No,
now
I haven't
he's
touched
been
them.
real
now I
loud in
do
my
want
head
I do
today.
want you to Google this.
What?
But let me say it first because I want to see if it's still the same or if I'm even close. He also told us in that same deal that less than 3% of the state of Kansas is public.
You ain't gonna find hardly shit around here.
3% of
Fuck
the state.
No, we keep our land to ourselves.
And it's not that there's that many people, it's that many people own ground.
less than 1%.
Less than 1. Okay, it was. And this is, like I said, he's 15, and he took it when he was
Your
like,
ass out of our.
he took it 5 years ago, I think. Rid did. And at the time, he was given stats because he did the same thing. He looked it up. It was less than 3% of the state of Kansas was public ground.
Yeah.
So if you put that into
Okay,
perspective,
okay.
you can't go in the woods in the state of Kansas
And take a shit
without
someone
getting your
seeing
picture
you.
taken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He said literally they would drive
but
over at
Tom's into
night
that
in
kind
that.
of thing though.
He said
I am.
they would fly over at night in that helicopter with the infrared, you
Yeah.
know, looking for people spotlighting or doing whatever. And he said,
Never caught
if you
me.
ever watch the Emmys or the Grammys or any of that shit, and you see them people walking down the red carpet, and in the background is all the flashes, he said you should see the trail cam flashes from an infrared camera. Like he said, you're driving over and it looks like paparazzi in the woods, because anytime something runs in front of it, that infrared laser
Yeah.
flash goes off. He said you're not alone anywhere in the woods now.
No.
He said, so don't think you're going to go out and do bad stuff because somebody's going to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, right here.
Just- you-
Kansas
you
has
gotta be
a
smarter than the
relatively
cameras.
land available for hunting, with just 127,587 acres considered public domain.
Wow. Now look up how many acres in Colorado is public. Because it was astronomical when you looked at Kansas and then Colorado. Because
Yeah,
we
but
were,
you got to compare sizes of states though.
it's not that much bigger.
I just didn't know.
size of
I don't-
state.
I mean, I
it's the fact that all those mountainous areas and all that ground is all BLM and public land.
Okay.
Train local milfs.
Colorado has roughly 23.3 million acres of hunting land, with 480,000 acres being considered open public hunting.
480,000 acres, so 4 times what Kansas has.
They have increased public access on trust land from 500,000 acres to about 975,000 acres. Additionally, public access program
Yeah, but you got to
currently
think though, how
includes
much money does the state make off of like all them
567,000
out-of-state tags?
Well, anymore, not real good. Because
'cause it's
as
a
of
draw,
last year, they used to have over-the-counter units where you could go buy like a cow elk tag or a black bear tag or whatever
Yeah.
in these specific units over the counter. No out-of-state over-the-counter tag sales anymore.
Do you do it online?
You have to put in, and you have to draw on a lottery, or you have to have enough
I
preference.
wonder why
points
they
to
do
draw.
that.
Where
They-
do you think has the most public hunting?
Montana?
The most public hunting,
Montana?
Wyoming.
Neither.
Really?
Alaska.
Oh,
no
well,
shit.
fuck.
Boasting 17,435,297
So what you're saying is we could just take a trip to Alaska and just go walking.
acres.
Well, that's because Alaska is the fucking part of the Yukon, and it's like there's nothing. If you're brave enough to go out there, they want you to.
Do y'all want to go do it?
Yeah,
No.
I've wanted to my whole life.
Tom will get you a buggy.
I have
Okay, I'm
wanted to
good.
go. I have
Let's go.
wanted to. No, we're gonna get an Argo. Have you seen
That's
those?
that big 4-wheeled thing.
That's
that
the
can't get
6-wheeled. That's the
stuck,
6-wheeled thing that looks like a boat.
Oh, no, those things. I
No,
want
because this
cab.
motherfucker's
Oh,
gonna
no,
try to
look
take
it
us
up.
across a fucking big ass
Hey,
pond.
no.
And we gonna sink.
No, it'll float. It's a boat,
Oh,
It's
I believe
tall.
it'll
6
float,
wheels.
but have you ever rode? Well, you
and you can't get them stuck.
Have you ever been on a boat with Tom?
Yeah.
Was he driving?
No, not a boat.
a boat.
I watched him in a boat one time. He went out into a pond and.
Okay, take a picture.
And you
want to
take a boat and you want to go across the pond with Tom?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'd like you.
Where
You
do
should
you
have
think
seen
has
this.
the least amount of hunting land?
The least amount of hunting land.
Florida?
I'm gonna say no.
No,
I'm gonna
it's
say New
probably-
York, or no, it ain't California, because California does actually have a lot of ground.
It's
Uh,
so does Florida.
California has the least amount.
Is
of
it
public
really?
hunting.
Okay, I was thinking New York or California, but I thought California does have quite a bit of hunting opportunities out there, just not public.
I've
I guess.
never seen any hunting
It's
shows
in the
that go out
southern
there.
end.
Oh,
They're
dude.
hunting Mexicans.
Oh, dude. There's a lot of.
Have you seen the shit going on out west with all that shit right now? Out there in like LA and shit? Like ICE has gone out there, I guess, and has raised fucking hell.
Well, they need to.
They're
Well, no, I'm
hunting.
just saying, like, I'm talking like the army was involved. Like they had to bring in the fucking army to like help with this.
Good. We need to put our dick on the cartel, like literally just right in the forehead.
True.
I mean, they need to do something.
But no, that was one of the things that I was talking with Tom about yesterday with
Okay.
that whole banning weapons and shit
yeah,
in the
yeah.
country.
I don't.
I know they've been fucking trying, but it's a constitutional thing. But at what point does that not violate your constitutional right?
It did. It
I
just
mean,
did.
it did, but it's like,
It just did.
are they wanting to bend rules now?
Mm.
Because that's not a. I mean, you can't bend that fucking rule.
No, it's gonna break with me. You try to bend it, it'll break.
America's gonna start getting mad. I'm curious to know, is Trump gonna get involved?
That's what I was just
I don't
getting
think
ready
he
to say.
will.
I think he will. He is
I don't
very,
think he
very
will.
strong on the Second Amendment. I think maybe he'll go in and try to impose his will. But the problem is,
I think he will come in and say you should do this, but I don't want a lot of backlash, so
but it's a state to state
I'm
thing.
out.
He
It's
can't.
a state thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So he has
Yeah.
to have.
he can give a recommendation, but that don't mean they're going to do it.
And I get it.
as long as that's
And
the
Been
same-
told
I
to go jogging a
understand,
lot,
like,
not going to fucking do
I
it.
understand the whole like Sandy Hook's fucking school shooting thing and all that bullshit, but that didn't just happen there. It's happened all over the fucking country.
Oh yeah,
you know
And
what?
you have never, yes, you've heard people say AR-15s are bad, AR-15s are bad, but you said a fucking story yesterday about a dude coming into the pawn shop, and you're pretty sure that dude just fucking lowballed him to get him the fuck out of his shop because he wanted to trade in a 22 for an AR-15, and he didn't look like the kind of guy that needed an AR-15. We've talked about this many fucking times on this show. If you're going to buy a fucking gun, the screening behind it needs to be more. It needs to be more extensive. Now,
I think it needs to be more.
they need to look at what's up here, because like anybody like us, we walk in there, we fill it out, we have no past history of any medical issue, not medical, but like mental issues
illness
or
Yeah.
anything like that. We've never been to
Yeah.
like we've never been to any kind of therapy for it, like not marriage therapy. That's fucking different.
Maybe we
But like
should
any time
be,
of like
but-
I mean, I
therapy
should
for
have been
yourself,
on that.
and like you've never been evaluated, but like if you have been evaluated and you have some sort of mental illness or you've struggled with depression or anxiety, I believe if you're on any depression meds or anxiety meds, you're out.
Yeah.
Because I've seen
can get
people
on
who
board with
take
part of that.
those. I've seen people who take depression meds and anxiety meds,
There's
and
a
when
fine
they,
line there, though.
well, yeah,
There
but
is.
it just depends on what it was
Be like, oh,
prescribed to you for.
oh,
Because
yeah.
I've seen people that are on those and they come off and they fucking snap, and they're not the same.
But
They're
there you go
different.
again. It ain't even anxiety medicine. I've seen people do that on Chantix. It's a medication to help you stop smoking.
Yeah,
So
What
the
like
fuck
when I
is
worked
Chantix?
when I worked for that
Yeah, I was
big
like,
company
I
over there in
don't know.
Iowa, we had our own clinic, and I'm not gonna say their names because I don't want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But we had our own clinic in the plant, and if you wanted to try to stop smoking because it was a smoke-free facility, which I still think is stupid, we were breathing burning rubber all the time, but they didn't want you to smoke. If you wanted to quit smoking, they would prescribe you Chantix, and it's a
Why
medicine.
cocaine's better.
It's a medicine that's supposed to curb the cravings and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Every single person I had work for me that was taking Chantix was also taking an antidepressant
Yeah,
because we had 6 to 7 of them that tried to commit suicide because of the Chantix.
yeah,
And it
that's the
says it
problem
in the
is
side effects. It says could cause suicidal thoughts. Who the fuck says that this
it just
medicine's
blows my mind
okay?
because the first thing, like say for instance, like you said, suicidal thoughts. The first thing people think of when someone blows their head off is, well, if they'd never had access to guns, they should have lost that access to guns when
Not
they were
true.
on this fucking bullshit.
Maybe we ought to quit prescribing them with all of this fucking.
No, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like when you prescribe somebody medicine to change the way their brain works,
It's going to change the way their brain works.
yeah,
And maybe not for the good.
Yeah, and then whenever they either come off of said drugs, they stop taking them, or they can't afford medication anymore.
Yeah.
I believe your brain doesn't go back to normal.
No.
I
it's
believe
been
once you
fucking
change the way your brain functions,
shaped and molded.
Okay, let's put this into perspective. When you hit puberty, what did you think about all the time?
pussy.
Yeah. And the first time you got it, what happened?
I wanted more.
I
You
don't-
never
fucking man.
you thought about it 4 times as much.
Yeah.
If you'd have never tried it, probably wouldn't have thought about it that much.
Dude, my forearms
Same-
would be huge.
He said, Papa, I got nothing on this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Whenever you change the way your brain
is
functions.
meant to change,
Yo, it's meant to change, but not
but not like that and
No.
not that drastic.
no. And so I think that needs to go into fucking factor when buying a weapon.
And just to throw this out here because it's going to come out this month, like this episode is going to be put out this month. I'm over. I'm
As long
totally
as the sound works.
totally
Oh,
over.
this is about
Yeah, I'm totally over it already.
mental health month.
We're only today when this is recorded is the 8th of June. We're 8 days in. And Pride can kiss my fat ass. This is not Pride month. I don't care what you people think or what you do.
Guess what I get this month?
This is men's
I
mental
get-
health
I get-
awareness month.
I get Juneteenth off.
That's got nothing to do with gay people.
No, I'm just saying. I Juneteenth off. Wait, that's a state recognized.
Guess what I
holiday.
get off?
Weekends.
Nothing. Yeah, I get
No, I'm just
weekends
saying,
off.
like I totally agree with that. Like
It's just,
I mean, this whole pride shit. I'm
I don't
sorry.
want to go down that fucking like
I do. I want to go down that rabbit hole. If you want to suck a dick, do it.
no,
But
I was
don't
talking about
throw
the
it
whole
down
like,
my throat.
the whole like I
Don't make me stare at it all the time. Don't walk around with
speaking
pink
of tick-
fucking hair.
Speaking of that, did you see that fucking
God, I'm sorry. I'm just having a
did
moment
I
with
send
some
you
of
the
that
video
shit.
of the guy, the big burly redneck dude that went to this gay pride fucking rally thing?
No.
So he's like us. I mean, but he's bigger than all. I mean,
What are you
he's-
trying to say?
He's fucking he's
he's
like
bigger than well.
he's that natural
What are we
fucking.
going with here?
Yeah, no.
He's like he
What'd
was
the
like
tires
six.
say?
He's like 6'5", fucking probably like 300, just big burly like
Oh,
redneck dude.
that's my size.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
if I grew a little bit and shrank.
But
He said if you
he,
took
uh,
this and put it into this and changed up some numbers, it's identical.
and then gave me 2 more inches of this.
Yeah, we're-
But so he
Wow,
went
how
to
you-
so he bought a ticket and went to this like pride concert thing.
Mhm.
He's like, I want to see if they'll let a redneck in. He walked up there, gave him their ticket, they let him in, and he's just wearing normal clothes.
They probably thought he was a bear.
Well, hold on. And so he goes in there and he's like, he's listening to the fucking band. There are a bunch of trans dudes up there dancing. And he's just like, you know what? He's like, we got fucking, what the fuck do you say? Something weird Motley Crue on the fucking stage. And then he was like, then we got fucking Voldemort over here. And he pans to this dude on a fucking bench, all tweaked the fuck out. And he goes, then we got fucking these fucking guys. And there was a group of midgets walking by and they're all fucking transgendered out. And he's holding a beer and goes, but not to lie, it ain't too bad. And he's just fucking walking around. Big fucking burly dude, full beard, just
Love
you're American. He was like, ain't no one said shit to me.
it.
He's
Ain't
just
nothing but a
drinking-
step for a step.
I mean,
he's like, he's just drinking beer, walking through this pride parade. And I thought to myself, like, I get it shouldn't be in the same month as men's mental health thing. And like, but that's fucking funny. It's like going to a gay bar. Like, I've never been to one.
Oh, I have, and I didn't
And-
know where I was going.
And like, but like they say, if you're a straight dude, you have fun.
No, I didn't have
You
fun.
didn't have fun?
No, we walked in, didn't realize where I was at.
Because I seen a TikTok video one time of a guy went to Hamburger
Really?
Mary's and he had a blast.
Really?
Yeah, standing at the bar, ordered a beer. Guy walks up, talking to me just like this. He says,
You think about it. You fucked up a good opportunity there. Because the guy's going to hit on you, start buying you drinks. It is now a challenge to see if he can get you drunk enough to take you home. You're going to get drinks all night for free.
"Yeah, well, my
I
buddy's
mean,
wife
no.
saved
All right, Tom. Not everybody has an endless wallet to get you drunk.
my buddy's wife saved my life because he was talking to me just like this, and he said, "Hey, can I buy that beer?" Yeah, sure. I was like, "Cool." Shook his hand, no big deal. Stand there waiting on him to bring my beer. They bring it up, they set it down, and my buddy's wife walks up, puts her arm around my shoulder, and she goes, "All right, sweetheart," and he goes, "Oh my God, you're straight," just like that. Went from a normal dude to light as fuck in the loafers, and I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "Oh, that's such a shame," and started to walk off.
Tom would
I was
have played along with
and
that
I
so
would've.
hard.
I
I
look
would've.
right at my buddy's wife. I go, "Where the fuck did you bring me?" She goes, "Oh, wait till you see the show." And I'm like, "Huh?" It was a drag show.
Yeah, like Hamburger Mary's.
No, it was Missy B's in
Well,
Westport.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
it's the
Okay,
same
but
thing.
still think about it.
No, I tried to piss,
No,
and there was
it-
2 dudes in their underwear making out in the fucking hallway. I'm like, "I'll hold it." Went back and sat at the booth that we
Well,
were in.
you could have went to the women's bathroom. Obviously, it wasn't being used.
I mean, who knows? They could have been standing up to piss in
Imagine
there
you
too.
walk in there and it's like brand new because no one uses it, and you're just like,
This is fancy.
yeah, I can
Even-
shit with the
Oh,
door
you're
closed.
Straight. Let's see how many beers it takes me to go. Hey, keep
Hi.
buying, bud.
How many beers does it take you to go, "Hi"?
I've never found that limit.
Yeah, God.
We need to take Tom to one. Could you imagine
would have
how much
fun.
money someone would spend on
I
this
would have a
motherfucker?
lot of fun.
Tom
fucking
is a
with it.
fetish. I guarantee it.
Oh,
I'm
but
one of
could
those
you imagine?
persons.
Because he was telling me how when
There's something about him
he
that
was
they're
telling
like,
me
"Oh, big boy."
he was telling me how when you used to work at the bar, he'd drink his out of pitchers.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how much they would spend on him in the city?
Oh, yeah, it'd be $35
At the
pictures.
end of the night, I'm sitting there, fuck you, Joe. Ain't happening.
He's
He'd be like,
he's just
"Okay."
like, give me another one, and the guy's like, how you feeling? Still straight? Just-
I mean, there was a
but
picture
you
popped
keep
up.
buying them.
There was a picture popped up on my memories where him and I were drunk at the bar, and it was actually just this morning it popped up where I was trying to get away, and his tongue was out about this far, and he was trying to lick my cheek.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he's probably going to end up either getting fucked or fucking
Oh,
one at that
no,
bar before
no.
it's over with.
No,
Hey, we didn't have that many beers. He was trying to lick my face.
I do that because you get uncomfortable with it.
I mean, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I drop my pants and chase you, you always run.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I just don't.
But no,
like
but to go back
any
to
other
what you
penis but
said
my own.
about
Hey,
the whole
pick your spin
fucking
up for me.
Gay Pride Month
No.
thing, like
I just
here's the
don't
thing:
get
is
it.
no, like,
Veterans get a day.
but like
Why do they get a month?
Women get their own month, and
They do.
Yes, they do. And then men had a month, and this is how you know. And I don't care if this makes anybody mad. Men's mental health doesn't matter because they covered it up with gay pride. So it's like whenever
Men are loved under the condition of
yeah.
yeah. The only thing that's loved unconditionally is women, children, and dogs. Men are loved only under the condition of what they provide.
I don't know. My dog keeps fucking around eating my trash. He ain't gonna be loved no more.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna be anybody else in your wife or your house that takes care of it. It's gonna be you. Correct?
No. I actually make my kids. And this
No,
is
I'm
probably
talking
bad.
about taking care of the situation.
Will.
Mhm.
We'll just open the door and then close it on him before he goes back in the house.
Oh,
I'm like, bye, bitch.
Go live in.
I don't think I could shoot him.
run wild and be
Like
free.
I don't think I could shoot him, but I can set him free. And he'll wind up
He'd
in
come
doggy jail.
back.
He'll wind up in doggy jail again. He wound up there last time.
You go down and visit him. This is what happens when you.
No,
fuck
so
around.
how that
And-
happened?
And Cody said when he showed up, the big black lab had him down in the corner of the cage, and he's like, "Please, Dad, I'll be good. Get me out of here."
No, what happened there
Pay
was
my
so
bail.
he got out and he was doing good for a while. Like I could let him out like blue and he'd be in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
He'd just chill in the yard. Well, then he got to that like puberty stage and he'd smell it.
He said, "I'm gonna chill in the
Time
yard
to
till
cut them bowls
Yeah,
off.
and then
Till
so
old
like
girl
he'd take
comes
off
by.
running. And then he'd come back hours later. Well, then I guess the neighbors fucking called it in, and he got picked up one day.
He said, "Dad, you should
So-
smell this terrier."
So
God, she
Ashley
was
called
great.
Ashley called the guy, and he's like, "I'll be down there from like 1 to 3 or whatever. You can come pick him up." And it was like $65, whatever the fuck it was. So she went down there, and he wasn't there. So like the next day,
He bailed. He broke out of the jail too.
no. So the guy brought him to our house, and he's
Uh-huh.
like, "I was there," and he's like, "I'm so sorry, man." He's like, I told your wife that I was gonna be there, and I'm terribly sorry." And he was like, "I ain't even gonna charge you for it. Here's your dog." He opens the door. Django comes out and sees me and head to the ground, just walks real slow.
Right in the house. He's
And
like,
I'm
"Fucked
like,
up."
and so the guy's like, "I'm so sorry, man." He shook my hand. He left, and I looked at him, and I was like, "Well," and he just laid down. I mean, he never looked at me.
Sorry,
Just
Dad.
laid
I
down,
fucked up.
and I was like, "How was jail?" Because he spent the whole night there, and he for the rest of the day he wouldn't look at anybody. He felt so ashamed.
Man.
I got had peanut butter.
And I'm like, "What did
He
he
said, "Man,
do?
I
Like, what
fucked up."
happened in there, bud? What happened in jail for you
He
today?"
said, "I told you that terrier smelled good. She smelled like she just rolled in a skunk, and she was wagging her tail at me. And the next thing I know, they got me in jail with a big old black fucking lab, and he didn't like me, Dad."
But yeah,
Yeah. No, it just pisses me off when I see Veterans Day and Father's Day and Mother's Day.
You know what? Fuck
but you
Father's
can be
Day.
you can be some weird ass. I don't even want to go into what I think about them, and you get a whole fucking month. Come on now. The Alphabet Squad can kiss my fat ass.
actually, you know what? Not fuck Father's Day. Fuck my parents. Let's just have our son
Wow.
on fucking Father's Day. So every 7 years, and then the weekends before and the weekends
that's
after.
right. Your birthday.
It's just
you don't-
overshadows my birthday. I'm June 16th is my birthday.
Oh,
So like Father's Day is the 15th this year.
could've been
Last
the
year was my
18th.
birthday. Last year was my Real.
It's your people.
Good Lord and sweet baby.
Oh, it is my
Jesus.
people.
It is
Fuck
your
yeah, that'd have been a perfect birthday.
Oh, I forget you're ginger.
Yeah, I forget I'm a ginger, dog.
True.
My ginger.
My ginger.
Just want you to know, my daughter's boyfriend, who's like,
You're ginger?
he's not black. He's like light-skinned black, whatever. He said I was accepted in, so
You're
Really?
going to the barbecue.
I fucking hope so.
Me too. They make good
Have you guys
food.
ever been to one?
Yeah,
No,
they're
I've
good.
barbecued, but I don't get
I'm
invited.
gonna tell you what. I'm convinced right now, and you can say what you want. You can't get closer to Jesus than at a black church.
No, you
You
cannot.
cannot. My dad, when my dad did that evangelist stuff when I was a kid, I'm gonna tell you right now. Probably, we're gonna go into religion now because we done
Our
been
white
ba-
churches are boring compared to
they
this.
they you ain't getting closer to God than you do in an all black Baptist church.
That's what you get.
Yeah. Okay, so now that I brought up religion, that
God.
brings me on to a new one.
I did not watch the video you sent us.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You don't
I
need-
tried to, but that dude,
I'm
that
telling you,
motherfucker's out there.
but he knows some shit if you listen to him.
Hold
So-
on, hold
so-
on,
But
hold
it's
on,
all
hold on.
theory.
This is to bring back something. I seen this TikTok video and
No.
Hayden was watching it with
I love
me.
it.
And she goes, and literally after I watched the 4-minute video, she looked at me and said, "Did that trigger you?" And I looked at her and I wanted to slap her, but I did not slap my daughter.
Trigger for what?
It was a pyramid video on TikTok. And it was about this guy was explaining. Did I send it to you guys? I don't know if I sent it or I liked it. It was about this guy explaining that there is no possible way that mankind built the pyramids.
I mean,
Hold on. And if you measure like the big ones, like the big staple ones, not the smaller ones around
I
them,
don't
yeah,
want to
like the big
measure
ones.
any of them.
It all comes back to the circumference of the earth.
Oh.
It all comes back to these certain things leading certain fucking directions, yada yada yada. And then there's those big black stones inside, the ones that you think
Why they got to be black?
because they are.
Oh, okay.
Like there's literally photo
was
proof
just
of them
asking.
being black stones. But
I got to get all defensive.
and-
Shit, I was just asking.
I watched this fucking video and the way
Ginger.
Hayden was like, "Did it trigger you?" And I was like, "No, it didn't." But like I did what I always do and started going on the internet. And yes, everyone's like, "You can't believe what's on the internet," but there's some pretty good fucking sites out there you
Okay.
can go to.
So this dude that was on Sean Ryan.
Pornhub.
Well,
XX. wait.
Wow.
You seen the one that
the fact you had more than just Pornhub disturbs me.
Have
Tom.
you seen the website where they sell you baby hamsters? It's called X Hamster. You should look it up sometime.
They don't
I
sell hamsters.
I don't
do they?
need that in my life. I don't need that in my
I
life.
don't look that stuff up. I'm a good person.
Well, that's debatable. But no, this guy that was on Sean Ryan, they're basically calling him, and I guess he's got a podcast too. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head, but they're calling him the modern day Indiana Jones, and he does all of this different stuff.
His name is.
But the way he described, if you watched even the beginning, Tom, you heard this.
I watched.
I didn't watch
The
any-
way
I-
he
I
described the Earth
completely lost
sits
him.
on a 23-degree axis.
Yeah, that's science.
Okay, yeah, but did you think about what he said?
Timothy Alberino.
Yes, Timothy Alberino. So the Earth sits on a 23-degree axis, and it rotates around that axis.
It wobbles.
Yes, but that axis also does this.
Mhm.
Over centuries, that axis moves, but it stays at that 23-degree angle. And the fact that he brought in deal about the zodiacs and the way the zodiacs set up basically a clock above that. And like the year, we're in the age of Pisces moving into Aquarius with the way that works. Dude, I'm telling you, some of that shit he said just makes sense. And so I come home and he started talking about different events and how it lines up with the book of Genesis and how, and if you haven't watched this episode, you got to watch this episode because I'm not going to misquote a bunch of shit. I want you to genuinely watch it. It's freaking cool.
No,
But
shot,
the
it's
fact
this one
that
right
he
here.
come from a Christian background
Oh wait, here it is. I found the video.
and is able to get all of this to tie in,
Wait, can I Bluetooth this? to the
Get
thing?
high before you watch.
maybe,
It'll make it easier
maybe
for
so,
you.
maybe it said,
That's it.
but it was a
He's just so
intriguing.
far out. I can't say it's not intriguing.
It was intriguing enough that it
But
made me
you're sitting
really look
inside.
into shit. Yeah.
And a lot of the shit he was saying, and if you listen to him, he'll sit there and say, "Well, I believe."
Yeah.
I mean, it's his theory.
Yeah.
So
Oh no, he wasn't
whether
trying to.
it's right or wrong or indifferent, I don't know.
But it was a really good episode to make you think.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Make you do
I
something.
found my 5 flashlights on. I found the video of this pyramid thing, and it made me want to watch it. Like, go look up more shit about it.
1 feet. If you times that by
wait here.
43,002, the top of the pyramid is 481 feet. If you times that by 43,200,
Can they hear
you
this
get
on
the
here?
polar radius of the Earth to within 99.8% accuracy. If you take the base of the pyramid, which is almost 750 foot square, and times that by 43,200, you get the circumference of the Earth to within 98.9%.
Really?
And also, the top of the pyramid is 365ths or 360ths to within true north. And it was built in the reign of Khufu. Some
knew
of these
that.
boulders in there, some of these lumps of rock in there, which are made of alumite, are probably in the region of 7 African elephants. So they're 70, getting on for 70 tons. And there's 2 million of these blocks. They're not all 70 tons, you understand. Within daylight during Khufu's life, they'd have had to lay each block every 2 minutes. It's impossible. The top of the pyramid is 4.
Would have had to have laid a block every 2 minutes to build that pyramid in his lifetime.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
So we didn't do it.
So that's the other thing. So that guy, you're right.
Look at Tom go, fuck.
No, you're right. And the more I hear this stuff, the more I'm more
aliens
inclined
did
to
it.
believe. I don't even think it was necessarily aliens.
So
If you
and then
listen
I
to
seen
that
a
guy.
video. I seen a video about.
If you listen to that guy, I don't think it was aliens, but I do think that there were celestial beings. And you take that for whatever you want to take it for. but like angels and demons. It's a proven fact. If you believe in the Bible, there were celestial beings. Doesn't say how many, doesn't say when they existed, doesn't say if they still exist, but they were there. So, just like the face on Mars, he made a really good statement about that. As not necessarily
Mars.
not necessarily a face, but if you look into those different patterns,
Oh, now we're going interstellar.
No, so, like,
but
speaking of
when
Mars-
you look into those different patterns, it looks like there was a civilization in certain parts of Mars.
Yeah.
Well, what he was trying to say is at one point in time, because of this debris field that's in space,
Oh, have
they
you seen
believe
that?
they believe that there was a planet that exploded. All
we're
right.
talking about the same
And
thing.
so you have that, I can't remember that guy's name, the something impact theory. They believe that when the dinosaurs were wiped off the earth, that it was because of an impact that caused a global catastrophe.
Mm-hmm.
And also in the Bible, it says that God told Noah to build an ark to save animals so that he could rebuild, and anybody else that wanted to get on this ark. He said the world would be destroyed by water. He didn't say the whole thing was going to flood.
It hit the ocean.
So if that Walter Dry's impact theory or something, I can't think of the guy's name, but it's something like that impact theory. So what he's saying is if that planet did explode, and that's what caused this debris field that travels around space, and one of those pieces or multiple of those pieces that come connected with the Earth, because naturally if a planet explodes, it's going to go fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It could have destroyed Mars and made it uninhabitable. When it hit the ice plate on Earth, it caused a giant tsunami. It's still destroying the Earth by water, not necessarily flooding it. But it's like he said, if a tsunami comes across the North American continent that a mile high from coast to coast, what's that going to do? It's going to wipe it out. You got Noah and the ark. You got this Walter or whatever the hell impact theory.
Walter White.
Who's that was right after he cooked it. But who's to say that all of this shit isn't talking about the same
So speaking of Mars,
same thing, just in a different perspective?
how you brought up Mars, there was a guy, he's a big scientist. You guys might have seen this video. How human beings now were trying to figure out how to travel at the speed of light. And we're trying to do that. He said if we
It's all
As
in
human-
the vibration.
Well, as human beings, if we figure that out, you know how they say we need to travel, like if we
Frequency.
like if we want to travel to Mars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Didn't it take like a year to get there?
No, he said it would take you a matter of hours to get from here to
No,
Mars.
I mean like now. It
Right
takes us
now.
like a year to send something.
Isn't
to
it like a
Mars.
year
I don't know
travel
but,
time?
like the problem with Mars. Well, it depends where Mars is because
This
we're
is
not
my
on the same
contribution. I'm
rotation.
Googling
Right,
for
when
the-
Mars is
they-
closest to the moon.
But they say to go to Mars, you have to launch before Mars is coming around in order to meet it, to be able to get to it. But he said if we were to travel,
7 to 10 months.
he
using
said
the
if we
Vespa.
were to travel
Using
to
the Vespa.
the edge of the galaxy,
What about a smart car?
like like he said, if
I
we
want to
were
go
travel,
eco if I'm going.
if we were to travel to the edge of our galaxy by the speed of light, you could get there in like, what was it? It was like a month or two traveling that fast. But the problem is you'll never be able to tell anybody what you did. Because by the time you come back, it's been 4 million years. Because you had to think a time lapse. You're traveling at the speed of light. The speed of light is how fast?
I don't know.
Google it.
So you can't travel at the speed of light on the way back too?
Because you're like breaking time to go that fast.
Nah. But that would suck.
How fast is the speed of light?
299,792,458 m/s.
That's a lot of numbers.
Milliseconds, I guess.
So I mean, I don't
Oh
know.
no! The speed of light in a vacuum is approximately 670,616,629 miles per hour.
That's a whole lot of sixes. You're down with the devil if you're trying to travel.
But I'm
that
just saying,
fast.
you got to put that into time, though. Just because you're traveling that
Okay.
fast,
That is
Time doesn't stop moving.
186,282 miles per second.
Yeah, no, you're good. You'd be back in 3 seconds.
you mean to tell me that this fucking dude's lying?
Yeah.
This scientist
I
at the
mean,
university.
how is it? How are you going to be able to travel out there that fast and travel back that fast?
How far? Hold
And-
on.
and-
Something tells me you're going to shit your pants.
I mean, yeah, but how is that much time going to pass here? Like I don't understand that. That don't make sense.
It's all the frequency, dude.
It
It's all
is.
the frequency.
So the distance to the edge of the. I don't need to go to AI mode. What the fuck is that?
Oh yeah, that's the problem.
How far is the edge?
They're
of-
controlling the Yetis and the Bigfoots now too.
So the distance to the edge of the observable universe is approximately 46.5 billion light years away.
So you wouldn't even be able to be alive when you got there.
But at the speed of light, though, it changes.
It's 46.7 billion days. You'd be dead. If that's correct. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just pissed off that Yeti and Bigfoot are being controlled by AI now.
Told you they were real.
They are. Did you see the
How
book?
much time would pass at the speed of light? At the speed of light, the time effectively stops for the object in traveling at the speed, meaning no time would pass for the object itself. This is due to the time whatever that word, dilatation, whatever you call it.
Dictation?
When
You know,
time slows down for
dictation?
objects moving at a very high speed relative to that,
I like
so
to ask
basically at that rate, time slows down for you,
people- Ah.
but not what's going on.
So is that if you were dictating, is that when you walk in and say, how did my dictate?
No, it's when did I say? But did you know all this was predicted by Einstein?
Oh yeah, that old dude, not only did he
Like,
have bad
even,
hair,
like,
but he was
human-
fucking smart.
Like even humans traveling at the speed of light was predicted by Einstein that it was going to happen.
Yeah, Paul Harvey predicted this bullshit we're going through right now in 1970. Gay.
If someone could travel to Mars and back to Earth at the speed of light, it would take approximately 3.11 minutes.
Yeah, but how much time would last? Like how much time would change?
I don't know.
Man, y'all are trying to be too scientific. I just think.
Okay,
that,
so here's so light year is the distance that light travels in 1 year. Okay, light zips through the interstellar space at
13 minutes.
186 miles per second in 5.8 trillion miles and however per year. So in 1 year, it travels 186,000 miles.
You would lose
So-
13 minutes.
So if you're going from here to how many billion miles was it away?
There's millions.
No,
Right.
from here to the edge of the galaxy.
Oh, I don't remember. A lot.
Sorry, I had my face real close to it and I was reading that. It
Fucking
was
mouth breathing
so 186,000 miles in a year, right? And it's 46.5 billion miles.
Yeah.
That's where the time changes.
Well, from here to Mars and back, you'll lose 13 minutes.
Okay, Mars isn't that far from us though.
I'm just giving a perspective.
Okay, but the edge of the galaxy is 46.5 billion miles away. And if in 186,000 it's how fast light travels in a year.
You know what?
86,000 miles. Your brain hurts, doesn't it?
I flunked math.
Okay.
Like, I just want to see an angel
Oh, what?
and an alien
Shit.
and Yeti.
Have you?
Not the cooler either. I want to see the big hairy
I've
son
seen
of
a
a bitch.
TikTok video where this guy was asking a dude. He's like, "How much trash is in space?"
Oh,
And he's like, "Oh, a fuck
an
ton."
astronomical amount.
And he's like, "That's probably the reason why if anybody that's of any extraterrestrial activity, in aliens, whatever, have flown by our planet, they're like, we ain't fucking going in there."
No, we ain't going to that dumpster.
Because if space looks like this around it, what looks like what does it look like inside of it?
Well, yeah, it looks like a big giant shit pot where people are trying to take people's AR fucking
Human
15s
beings are
away from
fucking
them.
filthy creatures. We just fucking trash space around our planet with all the broken satellites and shit and all the fucking rocket.
Dude, I gotta be
launches.
honest.
Okay, here you go.
Oh god.
If someone traveled to the edge of the Milky Way, approximately 27,000 light years away and back while traveling at the speed of light, about 54,000 years would pass on Earth.
You ain't telling nobody.
Fuck
You
it, let's
knew.
book the cruise.
I mean, how much beer do we get to take?
Okay, it's not going to take us that long.
No, but I need to make sure I've got enough because we may get
We're-
back
well,
and
no,
beer
we're
doesn't
packing a
exist
still.
anymore.
We're packing a still, corn seed, and fresh water.
Oh.
So we're just gonna
And a
drink
propane
moonshine.
tank.
Oh, so when we get back,
Maybe some Drano.
So when we get
It
back
may
and
be a
all of
shit
these
place. We got
Drano,
maybe-
that's what you
Martians-
use in methamphetamine, Tom.
It might be a shit place. We got to spice it up a bit.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If it's been
We
that
just
many
show
years,
up and just introduce meth to these random people. We're like, this is the greatest shit ever.
I'm thinking what
Pablo
we do
Escobar,
is
that shit?
we crawl off the spaceship and go, "What's up, motherfuckers?" and just see what happens.
Maybe they have like. the
What if they
history
don't even
reports
speak
written
English when we
about
get back?
Popsicle
Hey
Click.
guys,
What if they got
so
like 4 freaking eyes and
No,
they've
here's
all
my
been
question.
3D printed off of a
Has
AI
anybody here
controlled
ever
world?
watched Futurama?
No.
Like, what happens if we show up to that planet of all those
Snoo
big,
snoo.
and it's just snoo? Like, it's just a planet full of women, and they just
They're
want dick.
huge, big buff.
They're like 9 foot tall, like Amazon,
by
but
snoo
yes,
snoo.
death by snoo, which means they're gonna break your hips because they're gonna ride you so long.
Okay, never mind. No,
I'm in.
You had me when you said
in.
planet full of women. I don't want to get my hips broke. I just want to be balls deep for the next 30 years.
Oh, you would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not good. Not in a good way. That sounds painful.
Dude, I'm.
Well, they're not gonna break them right away. They're gonna want
No.
to get their fill
It's gonna
first.
take at least 2 or 3 dozen women to even get you sore.
But where the 2 or
Maybe
3
I'll
dozen? Dog, you talk
Maybe I'll
about?
teach them some shit. I
I'm
don't
telling
know.
you. First time he sticks
Imagine
a
the-
finger in their butt, they're going to be like,
Imagine the bush on them women, though. It's the
next
size
thing
of
you
an-
know, Tom
it's
walks
the top
up and
of an
he's got-
Amazon tree.
He's got 2 nubs on his arms. They're like, what happened to your hands? They took my fingers. They loved them. They're trying to duplicate them now.
But you know, if you
Yeah, I
if,
know
like
how
if
to
you
do
wound up
that.
on that planet, like if you wound up on that planet, you are huge now. Because they never seen nothing else.
Climb off the ship. Be like, yeah, I'll work out.
Like you climb off that ship and they see your thing, and they're like, "It's so big," and you're like, "You goddamn right it
You're
is."
right. It's massive. We named a planet after it in my time.
I still can't believe we consider
On-
Pluto
on-
not a planet no more.
On the planet I was on, I was king. I would tell them.
She
so
pulls
many
up a
lies.
laptop and goes, "It was called Earth. He was below average." And you're like, "Oh shit."
No.
Since
It was
you
a different
did
Earth. It was called Earth 2.
jackasses.
Yeah, Earth
Yeah.
2.0.
Why do you have a podcast and it sucks? Said that was the way we ruled our kingdom.
Yeah. You're like, "It doesn't suck. What are you talking about?"
Oh no, I can hear it now. It's a woman. She's gonna hate it.
You get ready to throw that fucking can.
I mean, I thought about it. Damn, your reflexes though. He was in dad
I'm
mode
used
there.
to getting- yeah, there you go.
Don't spill your shit on my floor.
God damn you.
We just can't have nice things.
Right?
So, Tom, why don't you tell us about what was hanging out on your porch?
Both of them.
Well, I put pants on a little bit later. So I'm-
Yeah, I know. I could tell you was in your underwear when you sent me the Snapchat
maybe.
and a pellet pistol. or a
I
pellet
didn't look
rifle.
that far into that picture. How far were you looking?
No, I had jeans on at that point.
Did you?
No, just barefoot.
Oh, okay.
least
I
the
just
first
seen the
one.
bare feet, the nope rope, and yeah.
The first picture, I had jeans on. The second one, I thought I'll scare the snake with my snake.
Yeah, the second one, he said butt plug was still in. He said, I figured if he came at me, I'd just turn around and shoot it at him.
Gina put too much lube on it. The whole thing went in.
He said, I screamed, it shot out. My kid's in the AR right now getting stitches.
Oh, Lord.
No, just a couple little nope ropes out on the back porch. They ain't bad.
If anyone's wondering, a nope rope is a snake.
Yeah, they were black snakes, about 5 foot.
4 to
Easy,
5
easy.
foot
They're
long.
snakes. They're snakes. They're snakes. They're
Yeah,
snakes.
they were Alabama black snakes in Kansas.
God.
Purple head yogurt slingers, if you know what I mean.
Oh, dear God. Well,
Shockingly, he didn't say, "We're going to get demonetized before we get monetized."
Oh, hey. You can't take
Oh, by the
something
way-
you ain't given.
Yesterday, Goucher checked into his new place. It was good.
Yeah.
I'll
Did
post
you?
a
The
picture.
old
Yeah, the
folks' home?
state hospital.
I have to make sure we put that up in there with it.
I'll put it as the fucking
There
thumbnail.
you go.
Oh, yeah.
He found his new
Putting into
home.
the old folks.
What was it
home.
called? Spring Gardens?
Something like that.
Shady Acres.
Shady Acres. I don't know. It just smelled like menthol and depends. And that just depends which room you were in.
Oh,
He felt at home.
God.
I mean, I did see a lot of potential there, though. Let me tell you, if you're into blue hair and round asses because of the depends, it was
Okay.
a target-rich environment.
Question.
Okay, I probably
Let's
ain't got an
say you
answer.
escape from jail. How far do you think you can make it in 12 days?
In 12 days.
Oh, fuck. Like on foot?
Yeah.
Where's the jail?
Arkansas.
Is there lots of wooded areas?
Well, it's fucking Arkansas.
Months. They're not finding me for a fucking hot
You
minute.
think you can make it farther than like a mile and a half, 2 miles from the jail?
Oh, fuck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Did you not hear? The guy that escaped, he was the,
He's a fucking
what do they
idiot.
call
He
him?
only made
The
it a-
devil in the Ozarks. He was the police chief down there.
And he made it a mile?
He made it within about a mile and a half, 2 miles of the jail. He was gone for 12 days.
Why are you staying there around there that long?
No shit.
Bro, I would be in fucking Missouri by that point.
You can go further than that. Army crawling on your belly in the ditch.
Escapee Grant
I
Hardin.
mean, your dick would be raw.
Who cares? You'd still be further than a mile away
Convicted
Oh, yeah, I know, but like you'd have some
for
road
12
rage.
days.
Convicted murderer and rapist who sparked a multi-agency manhunt after fleeing custody last month has been captured.
My question is, you went through all that work to get out, and you only went that
A
far.
mile and a half northwest of the North Central Unit Prison Facility, from which he escaped on May 25th.
Good God.
Yeah. Okay, here's my next problem. It took you 12 days to find somebody a mile and a half a fuck away.
Well, probably because they
Well, they broaden the search every so many hours because they figure how many hours.
12 days?
Yeah, it's true.
A mile
Well,
and a
they were
half.
already
Somebody
looking.
was just sitting in their truck scrolling TikTok going, nope, I don't see him yet.
Oh yeah, did you see that video of that
Hey,
fucking
shit,
guy
that kind of
was,
looks like him.
Did you see
Where
that
you at?
video
In the
that-
parking lot?
Did you see the video of that dude that was fucking hammered and got lost, and his family, he was lost for like 12 hours
Was
coming
that
home from the
he
bar,
come and helped look
and
for
he came to
himself?
help and look for himself, and he didn't know he was looking for himself,
Yeah.
Oh my
and they found him
God.
in the search party. Yeah, he was like, "Who are you looking for?" And they're like, "You," and he's like, "Oh well, fuck, hi." Like
And
he was
these
hammered.
and these are the people that are taking our fucking guns away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like didn't even know the guy helping him was the guy.
Or should I say?
Shit,
they're
my
trying-
voice is going away again.
Oh, shit.
It hasn't. I don't know why it hasn't fucking recovered.
Cody had some throat problems. He
It
got
wasn't even that. I mowed my
Long
fucking.
ride back from
He
Florida
got
the
his
other
throat
day.
damaged
I mowed my yard like a week ago,
in county.
and it never fucking stopped. Just my voice though.
Yeah.
Just the voice.
Let's talk about your elbow. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's there.
Well,
There.
before we go any further, I just have to say thank you both. Like I do
We
appreciate.
didn't do a lot.
I don't care. I still appreciate the fact that
I'm upset.
if you need somebody, all you have to do is say something and they show up. That means more than
Especially if you say something worth recording, going to be on the internet later for proof that you did agree to go.
oh. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm still upset with myself.
I would have never helped.
fucking
I
with
would have. I would
I
never
couldn't
held it
convince
against
Tom
you.
to eat the old buffalo chicken dogs,
And I'm just saying right now, you need to shave your ass.
and I
Because when you
couldn't-
pass me on the highway with your bare ass out the window, if that wasn't a poop stain, that is
it's
way
not
too
a
much
poop
hair.
stain.
That's a
I
lot
have
of red hair.
I have a lot of red hair on my ass.
Oh yeah, and it was perfect. I was like, oh, that's a God. His ass is dirty.
No, it was not dirty.
You know what's great? It took zero trying to talk him into doing that.
Oh no, I know.
But it's kind of looking.
I fell.
You know what's funny?
I fell the first
I
time.
saw you. I was
I
waving.
slid.
I saw him repositioning it through your windshield as he's coming up in my mirror. I was like, hey, you're gonna want to pay attention. She's like, why? I said, pay attention. Look out my window. Your ass come up, you fell down. Your ass comes back up. And she goes, oh my God. Was that hair? She's the one that brought attention to it. And I was like, either that or a shit stain. God dang, he trusted a big fart. I said, maybe that's
I'm
why
like
his ass
those
is out the
fucking
window.
random dogs that weren't supposed to be like made, I guess, to have hair, different color hair everywhere.
He's a
That's me.
Heinz 57.
Yeah, my Heinz 57.
But
But no, his fucking WeatherTech floor mats, dude, are like we're
Slid in it.
I
like,
have the
dude, were
same
those
ones.
made for your truck?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're
Well,
awful small to move around.
They come in a Yukon that I have, but it's all gym.
Oh.
basically.
Oh,
So I
mine
went
were-
to
mine
stand
were
up
molded
and I
to
went
my
like,
floorboards.
I stood up and went, "Wink."
Oh, these are molded to the floorboard.
They do. They match your floorboards.
Yeah, they match.
Yeah, mine are the same way. If you stand on them wrong, these damn headphones kill. These headphones kill my ear because I have those big ass plugs in.
Fucking take them out.
I'm
Can
about
I
to.
put a padlock in your ear just once?
Yeah, you can.
please?
I mortified some kids yesterday. I just took them out, and they're like, "Oh my God, we thought that was just like a wooden." I was like, "No, it's same size all the way through." They're like, "Oh,
How often do you have to clean them?
you don't have to with these." I mean, I clean them every time I'm in the shower,
Yeah.
but you don't have to worry about them stinking with wood.
Okay.
This is that they're made out of teak wood. It keeps them from getting that nasty smell.
It's that old fucking pine. It smells
I'm
nice.
just saying, you catch him not paying attention someday by a fence, and you got a chain, locked to one side. Whoop, snap, and you just walk away.
I mean, you just pop.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
You wait here, I'll be
You should
back.
get like some pine tree fucking wood and put it
I
in there
can
so
fit
it
bigger
smells.
than a master.
It's got
lock in there.
walk-in air freshener.
Oh, cedar.
Yeah, you got some walk-in air freshener in there.
Put it in soft.
Be like
and
a
it gets-
Oh my God. Oh
You know
my
the
God.
sad thing is that's about the right size.
He said, "I'm gonna pop your earring out and ear fuck you." But no, I.
He gave himself 2 extra holes.
Oh,
How old are you again, Cody?
I'll be 34 on the 16th.
34. And I'm the one they call the old guy.
You talking about my elbow?
And who got hurt
Fucking
yesterday that goes to the
It has
gym
been
all
a-
the time?
It has
See
been.
these? That strength came natural.
It's an injury that's been lingering for like a month.
Because them people have special strength.
That's right. That's right. We got the R strength.
The guy who can't read, right?
I can't do a lot of that shit, but when it comes to picking shit up, I got her down.
No.
You know what's amazing
it's
though?
just been-
I did worry because I'm 47.
Yeah.
I thought
It's
man,
not that it was super
2 days.
heavy.
Yeah, but 2 days of picking up all that shit, I
Oh,
thought,
yeah.
man, I'm gonna be done. I got up this morning. I was like,
I don't
feel
and
pretty
I don't know
good.
what the
I'm
fucking
useless
problem
for
was.
moving.
Like
my knees and back are gone.
no, you did a great job because you can
It's
drive the
just
shit out of
been-
that truck and trailer.
it's just been like lingering. It's been lingering there.
Yeah.
And then the way we had that thing, like the way we were underneath it, and then
Yeah.
I put my hand up here because I knew we were gonna go down.
Right.
And the way you're like put your end down first, and I knew that motherfucker was gonna hit me because
Oh,
like the
yeah, I
way
got
it
smacked.
shifted.
That is sore, I will say.
Yeah.
Remember when we stepped out of the trailer and I was like,
Yeah.
ah,
Yeah,
That-
because when you stepped down, it shifted down, and I
yeah,
was
the
like, well,
countertop smacked me right in the
So I
cheekbone.
put my hand here. Well, when I put my hand here, I wasn't holding up with it. I was pushing back with it, and all that weight just fucking dropped. And about that time, it gave out, and I looked at Tom. I was like, "Hit me!" It's just like
You're gonna be ready to grab it, son of a bitch.
because like it went like it just like when like you pull a muscle, you just feel that stretch,
Oh yeah.
and then I felt that pop.
See,
And I was like, "What the fuck was that
I
pop?"
don't get it though. I do that a lot.
And then
you
from
pull that
here-
muscle and you feel the stretch.
Well, yeah. And then from here to here went numb. I mean, instant numb, tingling. It
I have
burned,
had that.
and I was
Where you
like,
pull that muscle too hard and it goes.
"God
numb.
damn it!"
I've had that.
But
I've had that.
I will say when I went home and just chilled, I didn't do much after good old days.
Yeah.
I just chilled on the couch, and then last night she's like, "You need to go lay in bed and put some ice on your elbow." I will say when I put ice on it, it fucking burned.
Really?
Oh, it burned. I thought it would be cold, but no.
You think? You think you can get that in your arm?
What?
You know the burning sensation. They used to just get penicillin for that and get rid of it.
Yeah, I got this.
I never heard anybody getting
burning
a sensation.
Jesus
When I
Christ.
pay.
We have a
Ah.
podcast with children.
I mean,
How would you say that? Not like there's like 2.5 minutes. It would be. How the fuck would you call that?
I don't
I
know.
don't even know what we're talking about.
Because you guys act like toddlers a lot.
Like he's trying to say
Oh.
2.5 men, but clearly there's only one man in here because he's the only one that didn't get hurt.
Oh my god.
I mean, you just oh look at toes. I can't help it. It's a struggle that I struggle with.
The problem is I didn't have any issue when we carried it to the trailer.
No.
Like I had
But
I had no problem.
I worried about that because we kept our arms straight
Yeah.
and kind of shuffle walked. All I was thinking is it was a little bit further from the trailer to where it was
Yeah.
going to find its final resting place.
And it would have been
Because
easier with
if
all
that
them
son of a
steps
bitch
we
has
went
to move
into.
now,
Yeah.
And it ever gets to that point, I told Gina, I said, I'll
Hammer,
just
we'll
take a
take it to
sledgehammer and we're going to take that bitch out in pieces.
Just take a fucking sawzall to it. and
No,
fucking
we don't
cut
want
it
to do that because if that ever needs to move and she ever decides she don't like it, you tell me the top of that would not be the baddest fishing cleaning table you ever had.
up. Yeah, you just
If
cut
it
that
ever
butcher
has to
butcher
block
move out,
top.
I'll just drag it.
Dude,
out
I guarantee you
the
all the weight's on the fucking top of that bitch.
Oh yeah, solid
yeah.
2-inch thick butcher block countertop with that marble insert. I was like, that's why I
I about
instantly
dropped that son of a bitch yesterday.
did you that marble.
When I was taking it to the truck, I had to hold one hand and shout, grab the door, and I bumped it.
Oh.
About dropped it right on that concrete curb.
Oh, I would have puked.
Just
'Cause
so
that's
you're
the,
aware,
that's the
they
part
had
your
some
wife was
plastic
more
ones.
excited for than anything.
They probably had some plastic ones at Walmart. It'd have fit in there fine.
You know, it's
You
funny.
just painted it that color and then set it in there.
I will say it was pretty funny. We got back to the house and come here to shower because the shower is still messed up there. Come here to shower. Got back to the house and Fenton come walking in, and first thing he asked was, "Did my desk make it?"
Oh god.
And so
That fucking desk, dude.
no. So I go and just kind of stood there, and he goes. I said, "It's okay." Cody said he had a spare desk you could probably use. I said, "Because yours isn't about 30 pieces." And he's just kind of looking around like, no, that's all I wanted to do was
I
sit down
spackled
and
the fuck out of that
set my
one.
desk up. Like you could tell that's all he wanted to do was get that stuff all set up.
Yeah.
And I just kind of smiled. I'm like, it's fine. I said, it was the last thing we loaded. First thing came off. It's good to go.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, thank God. But you can tell what really matters to people. And his is clearly that desk and that computer.
That
He's
desk is-
just like Dylan.
That desk is hurting.
Yeah, I told him, I said, when you get ready to get rid of that, we'll get you a good desk.
Yeah. You can They got a
We
pretty
could
good
have
one.
built
at
a
Walmart.
better one out of pallets, I think.
They have a pretty
Maybe
good one.
cardboard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cardboard for
bottom
sure is
steel
about the same.
discs.
Oh,
And the big teacher desk.
Yeah.
Fuck no, you know what desks I miss? It was the ones you had in school. You sat in them and it had the little thing, and you could just fucking pop your back. I've never been able to pop my back since the same.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. The seat school
Oh
desk.
yeah, fuck.
No,
had
it's
the
not
little-
like the teacher desk
Oh.
up front. It's a
Thick metal motherfucker that you couldn't ever move.
No, I'm talking about the chair desk that I carved several girls' names into with a pocket knife I wasn't supposed to have at school. That was part of my wallet. Ha! I'd like to have that subject
Gay.
back. Gay. No, I'd like to have it back though. That desk, me and that desk had some memories.
Oh god.
Like there was some seriously inappropriate shit we carved in that desk.
Michael loves Kimberly, Leslie, Doug. Wait a minute.
Shit, that was last week.
You know, now
Shit,
that
that's
you
last
bring it
week.
up, I do kind of miss that bastard. Doug, if you're ever free, call me. I don't even know a Doug, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, it went from 2 chicks' names to a dude's name to 2
Doug.
chicks' names to, and then all
Poor
it said at the
Doug.
bottom of it was I'm confused.
I mean,
Rosie. Hi, Rosie.
and her 5 sisters.
Yeah.
Rosie Palm.
Oh god.
We made out one time.
After or before?
Both.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh no, she was
Okay,
washed,
well,
she was
yeah.
washed in the middle.
We love you guys. We're talking about
Thank
making
y'all
out with
for
your
hanging
palms.
out. We're gonna go mow the yards, and I'm
we
doing
gotta
it
mow.
shirtless today.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how this storm comes tonight. What it's going to entitle to.
Oh, I mean, all we can
It's
get is
supposed to be
another
bad.
7.5 fucking inches of rain because we totally need it. Everything's flooded.
Yeah. I mean, real nice.
But in the same breath, give it 2 months. About the middle of August, I'm gonna be bitching because it's
fucking
drying a
drought.
popcorn fart and everything's dusty and I can't even mow my yard because it's dead.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, you know, if we could just ever get
just
a
pull in the
happy medium
driveway.
instead of bipolar in Kansas, it'd be
You
great.
pull in the driveway, Goucher spray painting his grass green so it looks nice.
I mean,
goddamn yard
Dude, that's
again.
what they do out west.
I'm telling you, I've thought. Oh, well, I know. My grandpa lived in Phoenix, Arizona.
They spray
I'm
their
here to
yard
tell you
green
right
because
now,
the
they-
HOA requires green
They
grass.
mow with Roundup. They spray
I
the whole
mow.
sumbitch with Roundup and then put down that cool little river rock pea gravel and paint it whatever color they want their yard that week.
So did you see that guy that was out there like Arizona, California area? It was like super dry. He started a company and they all they did was go spray grass with paint.
Oh, when you had brown spots and stuff, just so.
No,
it
he'd
looked
do
good?
the whole fucking yard because like their HOAs would say like it was a drought and in the HOA requirement said you had to have green grass. This dude was making a fucking killing with just spraying paint
Smart
on
guy.
grass.
I want to put turf. I want a
That'd be
turf yard.
expensive.
I know, but I would never have to
Out
mow
here
the
it'd
shit.
be terrible.
It
The
would.
moles and everything else would
Oh.
dig your yard.
I mean,
up
I'm
big
not
as
saying it'd be
shit.
flat.
You look out in your front yard drinking coffee and this little fucking ball rolling underneath your grass. You're like, what the fuck? You're like, I don't want to shoot him because I want to poke a hole in my yard.
I mean, no, you gotta have drain holes.
The creek come up and wash it all down the fucking.
You wake up one
Oh,
morning
that
and you
would
walk
be
out and it's just dirt and you're like, yep.
Where did my yard go?
Your yard's
Out there
fucking
rolling on it.
2 miles down the fucking river.
My yard is in Lynn County, on the side of a metal building.
Right.
Oh.
All right. Well, we love you guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Hey.
Bye.